All right, hello everybody. This is Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy, and welcome to day one of voice lessons. Okay, this is your voice lessons. I am training singers here. Okay, you don't need anything else. Okay, except that maybe if you want, actually, it would be a good idea. Okay, to get just a blank piece of paper. Okay, nothing special, just a blank piece of paper, and we're gonna go right into our solfege. Okay, I'm going to teach you all about what that is. Okay, we're going to learn about just singling in on pitch, really just concentrating a lot on pitch. Now, what is pitch? Pitch is simply the quality of the note, okay, whether it be high, whether it be low, okay, in the middle somewhere. We're going to work on that a bit. Also, when it comes to that posture and technique, we're definitely going to be looking at that. Okay, so we're treating this basically as your first day, which it is. It is the first day of voice lessons. Okay, some people might be coming into this. Okay, as I've said it before in the other lessons, just recently, yesterday, I taught drums. And the day before that, I taught guitar. And the day before that, which was on Monday, I taught piano for the first time. Okay, so every lesson this week, okay, is going to be treated as the day one, first time ever, even if there are some of you who are looking at this and have probably had voice lessons before. Okay, we have to start it from day one because this is where the single instrument lesson package really differs from the general music package, which people pay for a dollar a month on our platform, patreon.com/Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. The difference is that with these single instrument lessons, I have to do it in a way where you're starting fresh, okay, especially for those people who have never had, who are watching this and have never had any experience with voice, with singing, and are doing this for the very first time. We got to start from the foundations, okay, start from the beginning. Wow. And follow in a sequential type way, okay, and that's what you get. Now, if you happen to be somebody who has had some experience and it's been a while, or whatever the case may be, this is you definitely don't want to ignore the video. There may be some things that even if you've had some experience with it, there may be some things that I say that you might catch that might be slightly different from the experiences you had taking voice lessons in the past. Okay, same thing with the other instruments that I teach as well. You might find different terminology or different ways of saying things, some things that you've never thought about before, certain concepts that might come to you and be like, oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way before, but yeah, now that kind of makes sense. You see, you might have that enlightenment feeling at the time, in this time when you're taking this lesson, when you're watching this. So, even if you've had experience before in voice, okay, and in any of the other instruments that, if you happen to be watching this one along with another one, okay, regardless, whatever instrument you do and you haven't done for a while, but you've had some experience, it definitely don't dismiss the foundational, these day one videos, because the idea is that you're going to be able to set a foundation, and then it'll take you through the rest of the time as we do lessons, as we progress to day 2 next week and day 3 next week, and so on and so forth. This will help you to conceptualize and to understand the different concepts and things like that when it comes to voice and any other instrument that you take on. Okay, so definitely don't dismiss the day ones. Okay, even if you've had experience, make sure you are watching this and you're taking in everything. Okay, it'll definitely help you out. Okay. And then, what are we looking forward to? What is the idea behind these single instrument lessons? Is that eventually we get to learn a song. This is why I take you guys into a sequential mode of learning and mastering these particular instruments, okay? And then get you ready to perform, especially for those people who sign up for this lesson package, okay? You get a chance to be part of the annual recital, which happens in December, okay? So that's where I'm taking everybody to, okay? However, However, know this, that I'm not going to be, again, you see me live right now, and I'm not going to be able to watch you to be able to comment and critique on anything that you're doing, okay? You will be able to see me, however, and you'll definitely be able to ask questions in the comment section during this live videotaping. So if you have any questions right now, yes, by all means, the comment section is always open during this time, the 10 a.m. to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can ask any questions you like during this video, okay, or even after. I could definitely find your questions on the Patreon dashboard, okay, and I will answer those questions. But definitely during these live video sessions, you could definitely ask questions in the comment section. So it's open. I'll be watching it frequently, okay, for any questions, and I will be happy to answer them as we're doing these lessons, okay? So again, I'm always going to be checking that comment section. Please ask any questions you like during this, okay? But here we go, everybody. Let's get right down to it, okay? I want everybody to, first and foremost, we're going to do some stretches, okay? I do this with the general music classes, but this is, and it's always because we do hymnals. We do sing-along hymnals. And yeah, what better way to limber up and get ready to sing, which is by doing certain stretches, and these stretches are definitely going to help your voice, okay? So I would like everybody to sit up straight for the time being, because after this, the rest of the time, we're going to be standing, okay? We're going to be focusing on posture. So sit up nice and straight, your shoulders relaxed, and everybody reach up into the sky as high as you can. Reach, and as high as you can, everybody, and let it drop, and let's start rolling our shoulders back. Remember to breathe during this, okay? Roll the shoulders back. Great, now roll them forward. Excellent, good. Now everybody look all the way up. Look all the way down. Look all the way up again. Look all the way down. Look all the way to your right and all the way to your left. Once again, all the way to your right and all the way to your left. Okay, now shrug and hold your shoulders. Shrug and hold. And let it drop. Once again, shrug and hold. And let it drop. Good. Everybody take a deep breath now. But before we actually do the breath, this is now where we are actually going to stand, okay? Now, bear in mind, I do want to explain these neck exercises that we did and the shoulder exercises. These are all parts where they're attached to your vocal cords, okay? So limbering up this way actually helps your vocal cords, all right? And that's the thing. I'm going to get into a lot of different technicalities when it comes to posture and the way you should have your neck in position and things like that. But let's get into standing up, everybody. We're going to stand up, and I am going to adjust my camera here. Okay, so this way you can see everything. You can see me and everything I'm doing. First things first, you definitely want to have your hands at your sides, okay? This is where we get very technical. We don't do too much of this in the general music class, okay? But for voice lessons, yeah, I'm going to get very technical with you. And so this way, you guys need to watch and make sure that you're doing these things, okay? This is going to help to perfect the art of singing. So hands at your sides, everyone. Hands at your sides. Make sure your posture is good. Again, your back is straight and your shoulders are relaxed, okay? Your feet, if you look down at your feet, I'm not going to let you look at my feet, okay? But you're going to look down at your feet. Make sure they are equal distance to your shoulders. So what does that actually mean? So however wide your shoulders are from one end to the other, that's how wide your feet need to be as well, okay? This way you have a stable stance, okay? So look down at your feet. Make sure you have that. If they are too close together, like I'm right now, I'm too close together, what that's doing is building too much tenseness and not enough balance. So make sure your feet are shoulder distance apart. They're not too wide, of course, okay? And they're not too narrow. They're not too close together. They are shoulder distance apart. That's how they should be. This way you have a nice, comfortable, stable stance, okay? And you have equal distribution amount of weight on each side of your body, because we are asymmetrical. By nature, we are, over time, we've become asymmetrical. So sometimes we tend to favor one side over the other. I know I tend to favor my right a little bit, okay? So I tend to do that. So I try to watch that, especially when it comes to singing, okay? This is, foundations, the beginnings. This is very important, even when it comes to body mechanics, okay? So make sure your feet, again, are shoulder distance apart so you have a nice stable stance on each side of your body. Your hands are at your sides. Get rid of the myth that you need to have your hands like this, okay? There are some people who have had some experience, as I mentioned before, when it comes to singing, taking voice lessons, okay? People who do this, okay, this is a problem because this actually builds up more tension. And the last thing we need when we're singing is tension and nerve, which turns into nervousness, which turns into forgetting lyrics and words and notes and a crash and burn type of feeling when it comes to your performance, okay? So we need to avoid this. We're not going to do this. Get rid of that. That does not help in any way, shape, or form. Your hands stay strictly at your side, so you're devoid of any type of distraction and any type of tension building, like hands in your pockets. That's a no-no. Hands behind your pockets or behind your back. That's a no-no, okay? Hands anywhere else. That's a big no-no, okay? Keep them at your sides so you are free from any distractions whatsoever, okay? Again, the shoulders are relaxed. Now, I'm going to give you a side profile of myself. Everybody take a good look at this. Now, why I'm giving you the side profile? Because, and I'll tell you a secret, that some people, most of my students know, I have terrible posture. Just by, my whole childhood has been terrible posture, and my grandmother has been the one that has always been the person that has always been correcting me when it comes to posture. Sit up straight. Stop hunching, So she'd tell me like that, and she would tell me that in Spanish, So, I would get it like that. And then, of course, in English, my mother would remind me, yeah, listen to your grandmother. Okay. But in any event, okay, you want to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. As you can see my side profile. Your neck, now this is important, your neck needs to be straight, okay? Think of the back of your neck over here. It definitely needs to be straight. And even right now, like I'm pretty good with my posture. I tend to do this a little bit. I tend to, after a while, do this, okay? And then I have to remind myself to tuck the chin in somewhat, okay? See how I'm tucking the chin, okay, so that I can make the neck straight. You don't want to get into this, okay, because that actually, especially while you're singing, stretches the vocal cords, okay? So when you're putting a stressor of producing a sound, okay, and vibrating, resonating those vocal cords within your neck, right? Then what happens is if you have your neck stretched out at the same time, it's double pressure on those vocal cords. And the more you do that over time, the more of a chance you have of stretching it to its way over its capacity and breaking something, okay, tearing that occurs on the vocal cords. And that is where nodes, okay, lymph nodes come in. What happens is, not lymph nodes, sorry, nodes, that's where nodes come in. That's how nodes are formed. Now, here's the interesting thing, the very science behind the nodes, okay? The nodes are simply like a bump, like that somebody would get on their knee, on their leg, on any part of the body, on their head after being hit, right? Damage happens to that injured area and water fills, okay? Water fills that injured area so that the platelets could come and repair that, okay? Red blood cells giving oxygen to it and all that stuff, okay? And then, of course, your white blood cells, fighting off any infection, any germs that might be trying to infect the area, okay, fighting them off. But definitely the platelets repairing that injury little by little. That's why, and it fills with water for protection. Well, that's what nodes are. Same exact thing. The nodes, when nodes form on your vocal cords after some sort of tearing and pulling, because of bad posture, well, what happens is it turns into these balls around the affected area of your vocal cords. Here's the problem with that is that whatever range, high or low, you were able to reach before, those nodes get in the way of reaching your range, okay? So it takes a long time, and especially if you don't do proper exercises after, okay, to maintain, for maintenance and care for your vocal cords, those nodes could stay for a very long time, okay? So, once, if that were to ever happen to you, where you get nodes on your vocal cords, you want to do a lot of rest and certain exercises that actually help the healing process, rather than keep the nodes. Eventually they subside, okay? So that's the idea. But you want to, but even before possibly injuring your vocal cords, okay, make sure your posture is good from the get-go, okay? So tuck the chin in, okay? Another good reminder, okay, for yourself in order to maintain a good straight back, think of an imaginary puppet string on the back of your head, okay? I kind of taught this before in the general music class, but imagine you have a puppet string in the back of your head and then pull up on it and watch what happens to my neck. You see that? It's sort of a reminder. So again, I pull up on that and I pull up and right away my neck straightens, my chin comes down a little bit, and I have good posture, okay? And I definitely try to maintain posture because singing, guys, is my number one instrument. That was what started my musical journey, actually, voice, okay, singing. So I take singing, well, I take all the instruments very seriously, all the instruments that I teach very seriously, but definitely voice was my very start, my very first love, okay? And it still continues to be my love, okay? But in any event, okay, straight back of the neck, chin tucked out, okay? Now, what I would like everybody to do, we're going to get right into breathing, okay? Breathing is a number one very key thing, okay? The more breath control you have, the more you can hold out long notes, or you can sing through long phrases if necessary, okay? Depending on the song. So stamina is what we're trying to build, okay? Endurance, okay? So everybody, grab your hand, take your hand like this and put it on your stomach right here. We're going to do some core work, okay? When we breathe in, right, we're going to breathe in, we're going to expand and push. You got to push your hand. I'm going to push my hand out with my stomach muscles, okay, with my abdominal muscles. When I breathe in, it becomes a balloon. When I breathe out, the hand should go down with your tummy, okay? That's the idea. So everybody, let's do that for a little while. Ready? And breathe in, breathe out. Very deeply. Breathe in, push your hand out. Breathe out, hand goes down. Now, it doesn't count if you're doing this. Okay? You do not move the torso. Do not move your waist and torso. Do not do that. Then you're not really doing breath control. So the abdominal muscles, okay, are meant to expand, okay? They're flexible muscle tissue, if you will. They're meant for that, okay? So that's how we're able to keep enough air, a lot of air, okay, not even just enough, but a lot of air in order to do those long notes, to sing those long notes, okay, or sing those long phrases. So the idea is to really utilize those abdominals. If you're using your chest, if you're going, you're expanding your chest, well, they can kind of expand, but they're tighter muscle tissue as opposed to the flexible muscle tissue you get from using your abdominals. So abdominals is where it's our core we need to concentrate on, okay? So everybody, hands on your stomachs again. And again, breathe in, push your hand out. Breathe out, push your hand in. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Actually, I lied. There's no one more time. Look at my side profile again. Look at how my stomach works. Ready? And breathe in with me. Breathe out. This is exactly what should be happening when you're singing, when you're breathing, practicing your breathing. Everybody, again, breathe in and breathe out. Great, guys. Good job if you were able to do that. If you're still having trouble, some people, because this is awkward, especially for the first time, some people might be still expanding their chest, okay, and can't help, okay, but can't help expanding their chest, just trying to get used to it. Continue to practice. So your assignment is to continue to practice this way. Also, a better way, a very good way of practicing is trying to look for a nice book. Okay, any book will do, okay? So take a book, especially, actually even better, a hardcover book would even be better. This happens to be paperback, okay? But a hardcover book would even be better. What you do is you lay down in the middle of your room, okay? Your bedroom or something, okay? Make sure you lay down on the floor, not the bed. The bed is a very uneven surface, okay? So you want to lay down on your floor where there's definitely more of a solid, even surface. Even if you have carpet, that's okay, okay? But lay down in the middle of the floor, okay? Take a book. When you're laying down, place it upon your stomach, okay? This is how you know that you're actually doing it right, okay? So when you breathe in, what happens? The stomach has to, I mean, I should say the stomach has to push up and make the book rise. Okay. Then when you breathe out, your stomach with the book comes down. Okay. So if you're laying down, it's almost like, we're standing up and we're trying to use our hands and get that feeling of pushing out and in. But when you're laying down, it actually does more of a way of being able to actually work the core muscles there. Okay, those abdominals, so that it's pushing the book up and down. That's, again, how you know if you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, however, okay, if you're breathing in and your stomach is going down, you know something is wrong. Okay, when you breathe in, take the analogy of a balloon. When you breathe in, your stomach has to kind of become a balloon. When you push air, when you blow air into a balloon, what does the balloon do? It expands, right? Same with your stomach. You taking in air, your stomach should expand like a balloon. Okay, and of course, when you let air out of the balloon, what does it do? It just deflates, right? So when you let air out, then what does your stomach do? It deflates just like the balloon, so to speak. Okay, that's how you want to get. That's how you definitely want to get into doing these exercises correctly. By the way, okay. All right, now. What else? Let's go. Now that we've got that. Oh, and here's another practice. Okay, back to breathing a little bit. So hands on your stomachs. But this time, when I count you in, I'm going to give you a 4 count. All right. I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, breathe, and then you're going to hiss. Hold out a hiss like this. Okay. I want not when we're counting, not. But hold the hissing sound out. Okay, we're going to do that for exactly 10 counts, everybody. Okay, this again tests us to show if we're doing this right. The objective is to maintain whatever air you take in, kind of maintain that in your belly. All right, maintain that air so that you can hold out the hissing sound for the amount of counts that I just said, which is 10, okay? That's the idea. It's about lasting long, okay? Being able to sing through those long phrases. This is a very good exercise in reinforcing that. So, everybody, hands on your stomach. Make sure your posture is good. Feet shoulder distance apart, hand at your side, okay? And except for this one, you're gonna reinforce the movement. When you breathe in, you're going to hiss for 10 counts. Here's my 4 count. 1, 2, ready, and breathe. And off, okay? Were you able to last for those 10 counts? Okay, great job if you were able to do that, okay? If you weren't, however, if you kind of conked out before getting to count number 10, then practice, okay? And as you practice, as you get comfortable with being able to hold for 10 counts, then add another 5 counts to that each time. Then go for 15 counts. Then go for 20, 25, okay? See how well you do, okay? But the biggest thing is have the technique. Don't be stingy with the air, and even while you're hissing, don't let all that air just come out and deflate very fast. A lot of singers have this habit, okay? They have this habit of going, okay? They deflate really fast. No, maintain what you have there, okay? Take in all the breath you can just before. And you will last, okay, for the complete 10 counts or more, okay? And this is going to take practice, okay? Mental wise, okay? Visualize how you're going to do it. Make sure your technique is right. In case you're not sure if you're doing the technique correctly, by the way, I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at myself just to make sure that I'm doing that technique real well for you guys. Now, so on the monitor, I can see myself, okay, basically acting as if it's a mirror, okay? So what does that mean? Go to a mirror in your house. Go to a mirror, practice the technique, make sure you're doing it well, okay? If something looks off, then guess what? You can self-critique right there. Oh, wait, that doesn't look right. And, let me fix that, okay? And that all of that definitely helps, okay? All right, everybody, let's get right into it, okay? Now, pitch. Let's go into pitch. We're actually going to sing now. I'm just checking the time real quick. Okay, we have some time. So, about pitch, how do we master singing on pitch? Okay, this could be very hard for some people, okay, hearing it and then singing it back. But what are we doing when we're hearing a pitch and singing it back? What are we doing but copying? We're playing copycat, okay, so to speak. It's like when you guys were younger and you used to go with your siblings and used to make fun, you used to mess with them, if they would say, hey, how you doing? And you'd go and you'd say it exactly the way they said it. Hey, how you doing? And then they go, okay, stop it. Okay, stop it. You start doing that. You play that little game. Well, 99.5% of success in singing is playing copycat, okay? Simply hear the note and sing it out. Let's sing it, for instance, let's sing it on la. La. Does it sound exactly right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, again, I'm going to be referring to my piano for tuning purposes. It's a good idea, guys, to have it. By the way, later on as we progress, it's a good idea to have an electric piano in the house, okay? So that this way you can use it for pitch purposes, not necessarily for playing piano, okay? If you're concentrating on voice, then you want to be able to use it for pitch precision, okay? However, if you can't get to a piano, if you can't have a piano in the house right away, there's other ways. You could definitely get a tablet, okay? And if you have a tablet or even on a phone, okay? You can definitely download a free app that has a free piano app, that simulates the piano, okay? And you can tap on the screen and you can tap it, it'll look like a set of piano keys, and you just tap any note on there. It'll play it for you like a regular piano, and then you can hear the pitch and sing. My little assignment for you guys is to either use it, download it, and they're free, by the way. They don't cost a thing, okay? They're absolutely free. So find a free piano simulated app, okay? All right, and touch any of the notes. La, 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 la. Okay, so you see, listen to each note. It may not come right away the way I did it. That's just because I've had a lot of experience with that, okay? But your attention to the details of each pitch, okay, won't come right away. You just have to practice it, okay? So if you have to stay on a particular note for a while, la, oh wait, that doesn't sound right. Here's the beauty of that. You see what I did? I made a mistake on purpose, so that you can hear right away that whatever note you sing out, and you go, la, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like this. It sounds low. It sounds too low. La, oh no, that doesn't sound. It's like a punch in the face almost. When as soon as you hear it and you try to vocalize it, you try to sing it, and it doesn't come out right. It's like a hurt to the ears right away. You know right away that, oh, that doesn't sound right. Here's the good news. Don't feel down about it. Do not. That's my advice. Do not feel bad about it, okay? This is a good thing, because as soon as you hear it, oh, wait, that doesn't sound right. Guess what? Now you can correct the mistake. You might even slide into it like I just did, okay? Or you might, and then when you slide into it, try it again. Try the same note again. And then hit it nail on the head. La. Okay? Now here's a little analogy for you, okay? I mentioned nail on the head. Basically, okay, I like to use this analogy. Imagine you hammering a nail, okay? And you're aiming for the nail head, okay? You're trying to hammer it into the wall, okay? What's the best way to do it so that the nail ends up straight? For obvious reasons, you want to hit it straight in the center of the nail head. Okay, and so that this way the rest of the nail can go into that wood, sheetrock, whatever, it can go in nice and straight. Okay, well, pitch is the same way. Let's say we take that nail, right, and we're about to hammer it in. If we go for the left side of the nail head, what's going to do? It's going to bend towards the right. If you go for the right side of the nail head, it's going to bend towards the left. It's just either way. On the low side, it's going to bend upward. If you hit it on the top part of the nail head, it's going to bend lower. Okay, so in other words, no matter what other different side you hit it on, you can expect that nail, the complete nail, to bend. Okay, that's what we try to avoid when we're just trying to hammer in a nail. What we try to do is make sure we aim for the very center so that that nail goes straight in. Okay, so why is that important to look at? Voice singing is the exact same way. You hear a pitch. You can even listen to it for a little while. Try to hum it to yourself. Okay, and then vocalize it. Sing it on la. La. Try that with me. Ready, everybody? And la. Notice also, I exaggerated. Okay, I opened up my mouth. Okay, this is where technique comes in. So everybody sit up straight. Okay. Make sure when you're pronouncing the syllable, that little syllable, that nonsense syllable, la, okay? Think of the consonant to the vowel sound, la, okay? Open up. Make sure you're opening up so that the right tone comes out, the right tone and projection. La, that's the note I just played before. Is that right? Yes, it is, right? There it goes, okay? So, la, you want to exaggerate the facial muscles. Open up. If you start, okay, here's where damage to the vocal cords little by little can happen, okay? If you tighten up over here and you go, la, okay? Well, I reached it, la, okay? If I try to do it louder, la, okay? I might strain my vocal cords because I'm too tight here. Okay, and depending on the note, let's say the note goes higher. Let's say I want to go there. I want to sing this note. Okay, especially that. As I start to expand on my range, okay, you expand on your range. You definitely do not want to be tight here. Okay, because it actually makes it harder to reach the note. What you really want to do is give it room. Give that big voice room. Okay. How can I reach it? That's not even my range, to be quite honest. Well, it is, but it's not my comfortable range. Okay. How am I able to do that? Because I opened up. I open up. That's the idea. And again, I'm aiming when it comes to that pitch. I'm listening to it and I'm aiming for the dead center of that nail head, that pitch. La, so that I don't slide into it. La, or la, okay? I don't slide into it, but I want to hit it dead center like I would a nail if I was trying to hammer it in, okay? That's the way pitch works. Here's how we can reinforce more, okay? Now, I talked about the solfege, okay? Here's the solfege all written out, okay? Everybody repeat after me as I point to it, okay? Here we go. Here's do. This is low do, so everybody say do, okay? And now, while we're pronouncing it, by the way, while we're reciting it, open up. Shape the mouth to the syllable that you're seeing, the consonant to vowel. So it's D-O, do, okay? Shape your mouth accordingly, okay? So that you have the right tone, projection, and quality of pitch, okay? Again, it's do, say it, do. Now, re, say it, guys, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and high do. Now let's go backwards. Notice I have arrows going up and an arrow going down. I didn't say arrows, but I got an arrow going up, an arrow going down. We went from low do to high do. Now we must go backwards. Okay? So let's go down to T, la, sol, fa, mi, re, and do, do. Okay, this is our low do. So notice we went up and we went down. I had you recite this for a reason because let's say I'm going to sing this. A lot of our exercises will be based on us going to the solfege, okay, going up and going down. And this solfege actually is sung on a major scale, okay, major scale, okay. And that means that whatever key we're in, we're going to sing a half step at a time, changing the do. So this could be do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Or the next do could be this. That could be the new do, and then we'd sing it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And then after that, the do could change to this. That could be the new start. Do, re, mi, and so on and so forth. You see, a lot of our vocal exercises will be like that, where we're going to go up the major scale, down the major scale, using these solfege syllables. These solfege syllables were created by a name, by the name of the name of a man by the name of. Excuse me, I'm spelling it wrong. Kodai. Okay. All right. So Kodai was the guy who came up with this system of using solfege, okay, to teach children how to sing on pitch using these nonsense syllables. And notice again, they go on to every major scale. Every major scale. So with every major scale, you can utilize these to center in on pitch. It gets them to know all the different pitches of the different scales, and it gets it definitely trains your ear, okay, so that you can hear it and sing it back, okay. And it's proven not to just be suitable for only children, but definitely for every singer, whether you're a novice or whether you're experienced, okay. So this is going to be very helpful to you. So let's sing it one time, everybody. Okay, I'm going to sing first, and then you're going to answer me. I'm going to call, you're going to answer, and you're going to sing it back, every single syllable, and I'm singing everything that I'm saying right now so that we can stay on pitch, okay? So here we go. That's the little thing I do, and guess what? You guys can do that too, okay? But here's do, okay? I'm going to go first. I point, and then you follow me, guys, okay? You just repeat me, and we're going to go up and down the scale. Here we go. Me first. Do, do, re, re, mi, mi, fa, fa, sol, sol, la, la, ti, ti, do, do, back down. Ti, ti, la, la, sol, sol, fa, fa, mi, mi, re, re, do, do, and off, okay? So you see how that works? We're going to do lots of exercises, vocal warm-ups and exercises, doing that in multiple different keys again, okay? Your assignment is to write these down, okay, the same way I have it written, and recite them. I want you guys to also memorize them. I want you to have these memorized. Recite them about 20 times a day, okay? The easiest one to remember is the going up. The hardest one to remember is the coming backwards. It's going down, okay? So recite them over and over again, going up and going down. Do that while you can see it, okay? And then test yourself. Then test yourself to see if you have it by memory. The more you have it by memory, the better you're going to be in that, and it's going to help you with everything that you do singing-wise. I was just checking the comment section just in case anybody asks a question. But, you know, again, questions are always available for you to, I should say, questions are definitely allowed during these video live sessions, okay? So what else can I say? You have a couple of assignments. You're going to practice your breathing. You're going to make sure you maintain your posture, okay? You're going to make sure your posture and with your body as well as your neck straight. Okay, use the puppet string to remind you of doing that. You're also going to recite and memorize the solfege, and then try singing it too. Get the piano app or use a piano, your piano keyboard in your home. Okay, touch any note. Okay, and then try to sing the solfege, or just try to sing any note. Really, actually practice this. Sing any random notes all over the piano, and just sing it on la. Just sing it on la. Okay, and remember, whatever syllables you use, okay, make sure you're pronouncing, you're exaggerating and using utilizing the cheek muscles and lips to pronounce them and open up, okay, and form and shape your lips, shape your mouth to the consonant to vowel shape, okay, so that this way tone and projection can be utilized and can be well executed. Okay, all right, guys, that is it. That is your assignments for today. Make sure you practice this every day consecutively. Okay, and only especially with the memorization, 20 times a day. Okay, spend about 10 minutes altogether practicing the voice. Okay, about 10 minutes, no more, no less. Okay, you definitely don't want to overwork your voice. Okay, you don't want to do that. 10 minutes is sufficient, more than sufficient, okay, per day, so that you can get better at at your craft, okay, at singing. All right, no more, no less. This way you can also maintain motivation, okay? You won't get exhausted, you won't overwork your voice, and you can keep your voice healthy. Keep your bodies healthy, guys. Exercise is very good because let's face it, your vocal cords are attached to your body. So the more you're into fitness, whatever fitness program you're into or anything like that, even just going for walks every day, things like that, okay? Practice your breathing again. That will, all this stuff will help you, athletically as well as musically. Okay, they actually go very much hand in hand. Okay, so that is it for today, everybody. This is your free access, your free lesson for this one, for day one. Okay, because next week will be day 2, and that there won't be access for just anybody to peek at the lesson. You have to have become a member of the Academy, okay, by going on to patreon.com/Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy and purchasing the wonderful price, really awesome price of $20 a month, and you get once a week of a particular instrument that is of your choice, okay, a voice. If voice is what it is, if voice is your choice, then 10 o'clock every Thursday Eastern Standard Time, you will get a voice lesson. Okay, so purchase the package today, guys. And as always, I wish you happy practicing. Everybody, take care. Great job today. Goodbye.